Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good day. So welcome back to computer programming with C++. And today we are just going to review for the final for the mid-semester test. But the topic will be a review on how to come up with the pseudocode as well as the flowchart, and also to make some simple programming that would probably going to be some of the things that are being tested in the exam or in the test. All right, let me stop the video and then let's proceed with the materials. Let me share my screen. And okay, so these are some lab stuff, lab 1 and 2. So they are already ready in the in Ulearn. If you subscribe to my Ulearn, don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you go through them and just do some of them, and there'll be a very good one to explore. There are a few things like this stuff /a/t/n. I guess we use /n a lot. And yep. Some introductory stuff on how to use the software for coding. But like I said, we use C++ something. We can use Visual C++, or we can use, I guess, the portable C++ thing, and also the online C++, like C++ shell program is. So there are a lot of stuff that we can try, and by now it should be something that you have tried a lot of times. Okay, so I guess in the stuff in lab 1 is something that if you have not tried it, you should try, and try to come up with this kind of output. So it should be very interesting to try. Okay, so these are some self-review questions that you might want to try. So you can answer this and submit it to the best that you can in Ulearn for lab 1, and let's take a look at lab 2. So lab 2, same thing. I guess in this video we are going to particularly focus on lab 2, but both lab 1 and lab 2 you should try and do it within this 1 week. Okay, so I guess in lab 2 there are some concepts such as being used or introduced, such as solving the problem using top-down approach. So it'll be given, and so this is one example of calculating salary based on a pay rate. And here, this is the problem. And this is the structure of the chart of the structure, or structure chart. And in this concept, top-down approach, or in this approach, basically from the problem, is there any definition of this thing, top-down approach? So we can look at the algorithm or steps or procedure or procedure step, or kind of like recipe or of what you are going to do first, what are you going to do next. So we can list down the steps using either pseudocode or using this flowchart. So in the exam or in the test, you are going to have to come up with either one of these. So either you want to solve it using flowchart, or you want to use the pseudocode. So pseudocode, you can have one for the main and one for the submodule or functions and main. So here in this approach, we have one main, and inside that main program we have three functions: input, the calculation, our main calculation, and then displaying of the result. Okay, so and then for each of the function, you need to draw their own pseudocode. Okay, so for this one, just input. You get data from the user about how much is the working hours in hour, and then return. And then so for this, for the pseudocode function pseudocode, you put the name of the function and then start, and then end it with the return. Whereas for the main, you have a start and end. So anything will be in between those start and end. Whereas for the function, you have a start and finish it with a return. Okay, same over here. Calculate salary is just 6.5 being the pay rate, hourly rate, and then times the number of hours. And then pseudocode for for display, so it's just going to display or print out the salary that has been calculated. Okay, so I guess we have already talked about this in the class. So this is the approach if you want to use flowchart. So make sure you use the right box or block for start and end, and then this is block for functions, and this is block for input and output. So here input and output will be sorry, this is output. So they use this rhombus box, and this is for process when you do the calculation. So that is a process. Okay, so we have this problem, and a program that add two numbers. So we S number, and then we five sets of two numbers. So here we repeat it five times, or how many, whatever number you want to repeat it. So let's try to do this thing. So this is how you do it if you are using the pseudocode approach for the algorithm. So you have start and end. So this is what in one go. So here we do not use any function. So everything in just one main function. So here because of that we need to repeat this 5 times. So here we set the counter 0. So this is an integer. So counter usually it is an integer. So while counter is less than 5, so you have to do all this stuff. So you add, and also you maybe take the difference, or in this case just add the number and then decide whether the summation is going to be even number or odd number. Yeah. So this is and then and while and add another one, so increase the counter by 1. Then this whole thing will be repeating until 5 times. 5 times. So it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be, so here if you want to start the counter from 1, so this condition will be less than or equal to 5. Okay, so those are your choices. And if you want to use the flowchart approach, so this you have start, end, counter, and then you check the condition of the counter. So since the counter is less than 5, so you do this asking for the numbers, getting the input, 2 numbers, and then sum them up, then check whether sum is even or not. So false you print, and otherwise print even. If false you print odd, then you increase the counter, and then back to the counter on top. Then if it is false, then you end the program and the loop. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. You understand. You must understand this one, and maybe we can also try to code this thing, code this this program. Let's open the C++ shell. Okay, I don't know what this is. Must be from the previous book that I used. Okay, but for now, I think let's erase this thing. Okay, so we have okay. Okay, I guess we'll start with so we want to implement this thing. We want to implement this thing, this problem. We want to solve it. So we can say include IO stream then include what? Include string, or include, maybe we can also include string, and also include CMAT. Sometimes when we have calculations, they need to use that. So then uname space std, and integer name. Okay, so now we want to, so we have this counter, so I like to use II in my counter. Let's set it to 1. So this is to initialize counter. Initialize counter. So then we have that thing. So this counter II is an integer. So let's declare that. And then we are going to have this thing, sum num1 and num2. So those, let's call that double. The type is double. So sum, I'm going to use big sum, comma num1, comma num2, semicolon. Okay, if you look at the, I guess that's all we need in terms of variables. And then let's start getting the information. Okay, oh, now we want to start the loop. So while then use this thing, while II is less than or equal to 5. So you have to do this stuff. While that, so it'll ask cout less than, and then what is the we want to ask two numbers. Enter two numbers. Enter two numbers to be added. Okay. And two numbers to be added. I want it to be in the next row. So put that, and then close it. So it'll go to the next line. Then two numbers. So cin greater, so it'll be num1, and then num2. So you have to have a space bar. Okay. Then I will do the process, which is calculate the summation. Sum equals, so this is the process, num1 plus num2. So that's about it. And then think I'm gonna show the value sum. Okay, or maybe we'll decide whether that sum is even or odd, even or odd. So how do we do that? So how do we do even or odd? Maybe use yeah. So one of the ways is to use that modulus that with that percentage symbol. So I'm gonna say check. Let's check. So I guess check is going to be integer. So I'm gonna say integer check. Check. Check is the sum, and this one by 2. So if this number is 0, meaning it doesn't have, when you divide by 0, you do not have any remainder. So meaning it is a even number. Okay. So this check needs to be 0 in order to be even. All right. Are we good? So if now we have this thing, if check is 0, then we can have this thing, sum cout sum is then I guess cout must be less than cout, and then the sum, that is the value, then so which is even. That is even number. Okay, so less than en el semicolon, then else. So I'm gonna copy this thing, copy, paste, and odd number. Okay. I guess I can close that. Maybe I don't need that. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. So after that is done, we can increase this thing. I don't know if I can do plus in that book. I will see. Then okay, so Yeah, I guess we can go to return 0, semicolon, then close everything. Close everything. So let's try to run this thing, print the even number and things like that, odd number. Okay, so let's run this thing. Let's check we have include IO string and using namespace standard integer. We declared the counter and then whatnot. Okay, let's run this thing. Okay, so while okay, some, so I guess if I use this thing, it is so integer even on it must be integer, so all this thing needs to be integer lah, in this case. So all this thing needs to be integer, so like 2.15 is not an integer, and that is definitely not an even number, 2.15 for example. So let's change that to integer and try to run that. Indentation, in so I guess this one might not be needed, or we can do without that. And how about now? I think that fix it. Okay, let's stop. So I guess I need to change that to I plus 1. So this increases the counter, increase counter. Or another way is to maybe cut this thing, maybe put it inside there, comma, and comma here, I plus plus, put that one for now. Let's see. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna bring this back out here. and yeah, let's try that. Okay, otherwise just bring this thing and start using this one, I guess. Increase counter by one. Okay, I think this should do it. Okay, something's not correct here. Maybe this one, then this one. Okay, this looks like correct. So let's put integers 5 and 4. So that is a 9. So as of another time, this is going to be the second time. So say 1 and 2. Then that's 7 and 3. So how many times has it been? Yes, this is 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth one. 9 and 5. So the next one, let's say 20 and 1. So this is odd. Okay, now it's stop. Okay, so yeah, so this will be the execution. So if I use while, this is how I do it. This is how I do it. So when you use while, you need to have this this thing. Okay, for. So what if I use for? For. So if I use for, I guess that's another one, another way to do it. So if I use for, maybe can put like for, or then this thing integer I equals 1, then I check it to be less than or equals to let's do 3 lah. 3, and then I. Okay, here I don't have to use I plus. So yeah, maybe I have to for I plus plus. Then do all these things. All these things. copy. Yes. So let's try to run this thing. Okay. Okay. And check for loop. For loop C++. Mhm. So for loop for okay, so it should be like this. So I need to have semicolon and need to have this just like while need to have that. Okay, so back to this one. So need to have this one need to have semicolon. So this one semicolon and must have that this one and that with the closing there. Just for the just like in the while loop, and hopefully that solve the problem. Okay, doesn't seem to like it. This one, and then that one, plus I, plus I, but I plus I. Let's try that. Plus I. Okay, now let's see 4 and 6. Then okay, even number, correct. Then 7 and 8. odd, and 2 and -2. Yeah, I think this one works. So it is a plus plus I. Okay. Okay, I don't like to use I, single I, because they can also be mistaken as imaginary number, same as J, single J. Okay, so this problem is for this thing. All right, then we take a look at the other problem when we have this temperature changing. I think we did this in the class today, and changing the temperature to Fahrenheit. So let's try to do that. I'm gonna put that until here. Okay, so here we want to do okay, we want to do the this problem of changing Celsius to Fahrenheit. This is the process, and let's say we want to do that changing conversion. Okay, so here what should I do? Okay, so here I want to let's do the flowchart first. Flowchart. So you can do many ways to do that. So if you have Microsoft 365, you can sign in, then go to Visio, then click on that. Or you can use Microsoft Word if you want. That's fine. Okay, so we're gonna use start first. Start. So start. Let's start. Then change temperature reading from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So the program prompt the user to enter temperature. So need some input from the user. So that will be this one, getting data. Okay, so get temperature, get temp in degrees Celsius in. Okay, that will be the input. Then we have the process, convert. So this is conversion. So that's the formula that you have to use, Fahrenheit, from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So that's the calculation. And then after that, display that temperature in Fahrenheit. Okay, so another one of these. Okay. So this is a temp in degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. All right, that's about it. And then you end and the whole thing. So END and all right, that's about it, fellas. But it's not completely done yet. You need the arrows, I would say, connect from here to here, to there. Then another arrow from here to there. Then this arrow here to there. Arrow here to there. Okay, so this is a one-way traffic. So if you want to spice it up, maybe you have a loop. You can also add another loop. Yes, so we can change loop. How like we can also have a loop. So like asking people if they want to do this calculation, if they actually want to do this calculation. So I'm gonna delete that, bring this over here. Okay, and then maybe here, want to convert. So this one is asking. So if yes, then only we do this stuff. If yes, otherwise we can end it. Okay. So you get temperature and whatnot. So yes. Yeah. But this one, bring it to okay, and then so if you don't want it, you can end it, and then so from here, I guess we have to go back to here. No, yeah, maybe okay. How to do this slowly? Okay, like that. And bring this up here. Okay, that's more like it. So this one will repeat until I don't want to repeat anymore. So let's go with this algorithm. So this is our algorithm. So you can show your algorithm either in flowchart or in apa nama, the flowchart or in page. In flowchart or pseudocode, pseudocode. All right, so now back to C shell. So for that one, you can, so temperature can be double, so it doesn't have to be an integer. So not like the question of even or odd. So those need to be integer. So for temperature, so today I guess I declared as temp in temperature in. So and we need to have temperature out, temp out, and what else? Then yeah, I guess that's about it. Temp in, temp out. Okay, and we can start asking. So string, can declare something like a string. Since we already have this include string, I guess we can use string. Continue. As I want to ask people as. So as right now it's a yes. Use this one. Yes. Why? Why? Okay. See out as see out as. So let me run this to check whether this one will work or not. So it does. It does. If I put yes here, so this one works. So it identifies this as a as a input or output. Okay. Anywho, so we want to do the string s. So I guess so this starts the ball rolling. So I will say while s is yes, atau I guess I'm gonna use just y, so to be easy. So it's either going to be big Y. This is the key on top of enter. Okay. S equals a small y, lowercase y. So you'll do this thing, this stuff. Like asking C out, enter a temperature in Celsius. All right. Temperature in Celsius. Okay, and then semicolon, then do the process. Oh, okay. C in. So identify that as the temp in. Temp in. I don't know. Can I do this? ENDL. Maybe I can. All right, and then do the process, which is to get temp out. Temp out equals 32, and we have to use 32.0. Okay, if I put 32, it'll identify it as a integer, so that can give you a problem. And then I'm gonna put 9.0 there, divide by 5 instead of 9/5. I'm gonna use that, and then times that with temp in. Okay, that's the process. Then we're just going to display the result. C out. So I'm just gonna let print the temp out. Temp out. Then put this thing degrees Fahrenheit or degrees F, something like that. Then yeah, I guess ENDL. Okay, let's see if this thing works. Then start asking. Another one, C out. Do you wanna continue? Y/N. So if I answer something else, so this one will be not counted. So C in. Ask. Okay, let's see if I can get this done. Okay, let's see. Yes, this one I'll put this one and while loop. So let's run this thing. Okay, so I guess I cannot do this one. C in and Just like that. Okay, this one doesn't have semicolon. Okay, this one must have closing quotation mark. Okay, this one I think we need to get all right. Welcome back, and uh, so here the mistake was this one. C in needs to be pointing this way, and once you fix that, if I run this thing, and should be good. So ask me enter temperature. So like if we enter 20, should be 68. If I enter 100 degrees Celsius temperature for the boiling of water, and okay, 100. To continue, say if I say yes, this one is with lowercase, small y. So so if I put 25, calculate it to be 77, and it's all nice number. And if I want to use capital or uppercase y, and that will still work in continuing the loop. That will still work. And here, what if I put 24.36? So we can still calculate it. So I can end it with any number or anything other than y. So that should stop the loop. Okay, I guess that's about it for this review, and stop sharing. I wish you all the best for the test, and don't give up and try your best. I'll see you in the hall, in the Dewan Chancellor, and next week we'll be continuing on something else. Okay. Yeah. Yes, if I go back to that, maybe one, maybe in the test, you will also be asked to do this in in a function. So what if you want to do in a function? So in that case, for example, you want to do this calculation in outside of the main. Okay, can we do that? I think we can. So here we have to create so for example double so maybe I call it degrees Fahrenheit, degrees F to make it simple, and degrees F, and input might be temp in T temperature, or just put as a C. So C, then have this opening, then instead of doing the calculation here, I'm gonna do the calculation over here. Okay, comment that out over here. So I'm not going to do everything in there. So here I can still call it temp out, or just call this output. Output is this thing C. Maybe I call it Celsius. Celsius. So over here I have to call it Celsius also. Celsius, and maybe instead of output I call it Fahrenheit. Then I want to return that value. Return Fahrenheit, or you can call it output if you want. Return Fahrenheit. And then close that. So over here you must call it. I'm gonna call temp out. Still have temp out, and this one equals to degrees F, and that is temp in. Okay, so one input, you are going to get one output. And what else? Copy this thing. Copy. Have to put it up there. And this is a double. So here. So let's see if this thing will work. So this is a function declaration or declaration. This is function call. This is function definition. Okay, so I guess this one I'm just going to okay, so yes, I have to declare that it's a double too as well. Fahrenheit. That's also a double. Hopefully this is correct. So if I put 20, should get. Okay, so now I'm solving this thing using function. So I declare that I'm going to use this function before the main function. So in the main function, I don't do the calculation here. But instead, I'm going to pass it out to this function, degrees dec f, with temp in to be the input. Then over here, notice that I don't use temp in, so I don't have to use the same name, same variable. So I can just make up another general variable, variable or something like that, or name. And yeah, so this is how you do the calculation using function. I guess I'm gonna stop there. I hope you learned something, and sudah paham sila komen. Okay. Again, wish you all the best for the test, and see you in the hall tomorrow. Dewan Chancellor, 5 p.m. Have a good one. Assalamualaikum.